What's up, everybody? This is Killer Arcade Games. I'm Chris. You guys know, if you watch the channel, I love San Francisco Rush the Rock. It's one of my favorite racing arcade games ever. I do have one behind me here in the Shedcade, which may be why I kind of ignored this project for a long time. I didn't really feel the need to check it out because I have the real machine. There was like, who cares? You know, I also, normally I do not like when people go back and mess with these old arcade games and kind of change things. I don't think they need a redo for the most part, but this one is shockingly well done. I mean, I was blown away when I finally tried it. It's baffling how good it looks, how well it plays, and it's still the original arcade. So it's put together by a guy who goes by the name of Taydog. I don't know his real name, maybe he doesn't want us to know his real name, but he has put together, sorry, let me put that here. He has put together from, okay, let me go back and just say, I don't know the technical jargon, I don't know what he did to make this work, but from what I gather is he took the original game's code, recompiled some things, maybe upscaled some of the textures, I really don't know, but it looks amazing. It plays exactly like the arcade. You have to provide the ROM, the original arcade ROM, and the hard drive file, and no, I can't tell you where to source that. Not no one, but I can't tell you because YouTube will probably try and shut down my channel if I link to it. So we're not going to go into that. You're just going to have to find those files on your own and provide them. If you've ever used MAME before, it's the same files, to give you that example. But Project R, you can download the software. He's got the shell ready to go. You provide the game files. Very easy once you get it going. Once you get a hold of the files and get them plugged into this, it just runs really well. Okay, so I don't have any capture device. Since I mainly work with arcade games, I just have to point a DSLR at the screen. That's about as good as I've got right now. I really hope the audio is going to come out pretty good because I've got another microphone near the computer to pick up the audio, and I really hope it sounds okay. I apologize if it doesn't. Let's get into some gameplay. Very much impressed with this. I mean, I'm truly blown away by how good this is. It kind of... I'm not going to pick a harder car than this because I am on an Xbox controller. By the way, you can connect your own wheel. Can I change the car? Can't remember what button it is. There it is. You can connect your own wheel. It does support force feedback on wheels, which is truly cool because then you can just... It's like having the arcade at home that looks better than the arcade, and you still have all the feedback and everything. Because I know a lot of people cannot have a full-size arcade cabinet, especially a sit-down racing machine in their house. It's just huge and odd to have in your house. You do still get, I believe you get all of these. Let's see, yeah, all the different view modes. Really cool. It looks gorgeous. It's running at a higher, I don't know if it's running at a higher frame rate than the arcade or if it's just that the hardware doesn't have any graphical chug like the arcade gets. It looks smooth. It looks HD, I guess. Like I don't know how they got the textures to look that good. Maybe I know Taydog has seen my videos before, and he has, I believe, commented, so maybe he'll see this and can give us like some quick info on how this was done. This is crazy. I've said this about 1 billion times on the channel, I eventually plan to take a dead Hydro Thunder, if I can find one, turn it into a MAME slash, like, I guess, sim racing cabinet. I'll put a widescreen monitor in it instead of a CRT since I want to do newer games too. And this will definitely be put in there even though I have the arcade. But part of the reason is he's going to release Rush 2049 eventually, also in this style. So it's going to look amazing. I can't wait to try it. And I can't wait to play it with a wheel because I suck with a controller. I'm going to play some of the music so you guys can hear it. See if I can get through this section again. I'm trying to get used to using the controller. Perfect. Well, as perfect as I've been able to pull off. First place. Oh, God, I suck. This kind of stuff is always baffling to me because I'm not... I mean, I know how to use computers and I know certain things. I do not know anything about coding. I never understand how they make MAME work. It's baffling to me, too. Let's go ahead and just do something dumb here. Whoa, there we go. Get a good view of the sky. Anyway, this stuff is baffling to me, how they figure out how to do this. Get these old games to run on new hardware to upscale them. So kudos to Tay-Dog for this, because this is crazy. That's your name. Let's do another track. I guess I've got it set to 2 laps per track, which is what I prefer. I think I'm going to skip this track because it is just too difficult to do on a controller, in my opinion. Actually, let's do it. Let's do it. Because I'm going to use the easy car anyway. Let's just go to this car. I don't remember turning down the track count, but that's fine. I'm glad I did. Or the lap count, sorry. I don't like doing more than 2 laps, just because it can eat up like 10 to 15 minutes, or not. Oh wow, I'm not used to the handling on this car. This track can run you at least 10 minutes to race with 3 laps, which is great when you're paying per play in the arcade, but when I got it at home, the quicker in and out fun is what I prefer. Oh boy. Boy, I cannot control this car very well. I've said it before, I love the music in Rush. It's just, I like to hear the engine noises normally, so when I'm playing the arcade, I turn it off. And I just, that way I can hear when it's time to shift and all that stuff. I just prefer that. But I thought I'd give you a tour of the music because it's pretty funny and iconic in some cases. By the way, let me see if I can do this right here. I never realized this was a loop until just recently. Never realized you could do a full loop right there. I was playing the arcade version of my arcade cabinet. This is the arcade version. I was playing the arcade cabinet the other day and I saw it and I was like, huh, I've been playing this game for like almost 20 years. I've owned it for about 4 or 5 years now. I can't remember how many. Oh, they're blowing up. That's bad. Okay. I've owned it this whole time and I've never realized that was a loop, so that was fun to show off on the channel right there. Last track. Music track. I'll still do, we gotta do the Alcatraz track. I mean, you can't not do that on Rush the Rock. Oh, and one other really awesome feature I just remembered, in the settings, you can go in and turn off things like the timer. So it's almost like having cheats on the arcade game. You can turn off the timer, which means you get a lot more time to explore the tracks. So if there's areas you've never seen before or want to go back and be like, what's over here? Excuse me. Or if you want to go to that hidden stunt track in track 7, which I've shown before on the channel, you can, I should have gone through that tunnel. You can easily go do that without running out of time for once. Now if your car blows up, I believe, I don't know if there was a setting for that, but if your car blows up, I think you're kind of screwed and you get sucked out of there. But the time limit being removed is a cool option. I really hope the audio is okay, guys. I'm like nervous. I'm watching the levels on the screen over there. Like, hopefully it doesn't sound like complete horse crap. I really screwed that up. Okay. I'm not gonna make that turn either. What the hell? I'm so used to the wheel. I'm trying to learn the subtle movements of the stick, but it's tough. I believe this is truly like one of the best ways to play this at home. Even if you get MAME running on your computer and you have the wheel with the force feedback plug-in and all that, there's not really a benefit to going MAME over this because this still retains every bit of the arcade. It just makes it look better, especially on a widescreen monitor, and it has the force feedback. I mean, I really think this is your best option versus MAME. for home play at least. Unless you have a CRT setup, maybe go with the arcade. The emulation for MAME is good, but at least on the computers I've tried it on, it kind of stutters at times and doesn't run perfect. This probably has some slight subtle differences. Like I said, you don't get the, at least I don't notice it, you don't get any of the normal graphic chug that happens on the real hardware, which I find charming, but you know, you don't get any of that, but it moves so smoothly, I don't feel the need for the chug personally. Moves smoothly and looks beautiful. You're not missing out on anything in this case. Can't wait to see Rush 2049 on this. Oh boy. Oh! Nope, I thought I came out of it. I wanted to hit that tunnel too, dang it. Part of the reason of having this car is you can go through that tunnel and do like 360s in there. Whoops. One really cool thing of having the higher resolution graphics and all that is you can, and having the timer turned off, you can just drive around and look at all the signs and see all the funny little Easter eggs they put in. Half of the stuff I imagine they probably never thought anybody would be able to look at or see. They might have just done it for them, for their own laughs, so it's pretty cool to see that stuff. I don't think that was a very good time for, as far as what I usually get. Sorry about the flickering look on my camera because my LED CAG sign always interferes with the camera. But anyway, let's keep going. I cannot remember now. I don't think I did track 2, did I? I don't know. I don't think I did. I'm like, maybe I did and I was just not paying attention. No, I did. I definitely did. Okay, let's keep moving. Let's go to the rock and then I'll probably wrap it up. Maybe we'll look at some of the settings too before I wrap it up. Oh, wrong button. There we go. I love this car. Not manual. I definitely don't want manual on the gamepad. Turn the music off for now. Normally the arcade, when all that black smoke gets going, the arcade gets down to really low frames per second. I would imagine like 5 to 10 at some points when the black smoke kicks in. So it's interesting to see how well this handles all the action. It just blows right through it all. I'll hit the tunnel on the next one. Hopefully I'll remember. Try to go the way I usually go in the arcade just to show it off. Ooh, I'm getting squirrely right there. Oh, and thanks for the boost. Now I'm really screwed. Okay, I'm still alive. Usually the arcade gets a little chuggy right here going through this part too. Oh! Little nose, just kissed it a little bit. Yeah, the arcade gets a little chuggy through that prison scene when you drop in. Let's see if I can hit this without dying. Oh! It's really funny, I never use my Mac for any kind of gaming. It's like, what's the point? I can just play it on the Xbox or like, usually I just play old arcade games anyway. So this is like the most gaming my Mac has ever done. Alright, let's try to hit this loop, or the tunnel. Crap! Screw it. I'm not trying to win a race here. Let's just go. No. Oh, man. Okay. Hopefully I don't lose the race, but we gotta hit the tunnel. Oh, boy. Alright, here we go. Lost a lot of time there. This is another part when you're going fast and you hit this. The frame rate on the arcade cabinet just drops to like nothing as it's switching the view that quickly. I think it's like, I don't know for sure, but it feels like it drops to under 5 frames a second for like a split second. Whee! Oh, that's bad. That's real bad. Let's just go ahead and do that because I don't want to end up losing the race time-wise. Oh, come on. Oh, no! I thought I was going to make it. Well, there we go. I'm going to take a look in the settings. I'll zoom in the camera a little bit so we can actually take a look. Let me put my initials in.
What's your name?
There we go. All right, so full screen with borderless. I haven't messed with any of that stuff. That's the resolution. I think that's locked because of my max screen. HUD position bias. What does that do? This value determines HUD position during a race. The value of 0 maintains the original. Oh, okay. That's cool. So here's where you can kind of change your quality settings. You can go higher than this. I don't know. Okay, it changes effect after. I assume this auto-detected on my computer. Wow, mine's all the way up there. Draw distance bias. I don't know if mine can do any better than that. I'm gonna leave that alone. Here's gameplay. Here's where you check how many laps you want. The difficulty settings. It's funny because this, turn my fat head, get my fat head in the shot a little more. This is the settings you get in the arcade cabinet. You get them individual difficulty for the tracks, all that. You can change your car color here. I did not do the extra step needed for that white car, but all stuff you do in the real arcade settings. Sound system, game volume, all that stuff, attract volume, which is cool. I wonder if their attract volume isn't glitched like the real arcade is on mine. Mine has a glitch where, oh wait, turn on the music player, will stop all ingoing sounds. Oh. So my arcade has a glitch where I will set the force feedback and the attract mode, now that I think about it, the attract volume, I'll set it to a certain setting. It will set that way until I do one race. After one race, it defaults back and it doesn't go back down. I don't know if that's specific to my cabinet or what, but here we go, multiplayer. You hover over it, it says eventually, in case you can't see it. And mods, eventually, same thing, about. Here we go, taydog.com/projectr, Discord. They have a Discord, which I am a part of, but I never actually get on Discord almost ever, so I don't go in there that much. But there you have it. That's the settings for it. This is a pretty cool option. This is a passion project from a Rush fan ever since he was a kid, begging his mom for some quarters so he could play his favorite game. Awesome. Really cool to see that stuff added in there. I wish I was good enough to do things like this with games I love, but as mentioned earlier, I don't know stuff like this. So there you have it. Go check this out, especially if you're a Rush fan. Even if you're on the fence and you weren't sure if you liked Rush, it's like a free thing to try it out and see if you do like the game. I think it'll make you a fan. This is a really great game. Try to get a racing wheel. Playing it with a controller is a little bit difficult. It wasn't really meant to be played with a controller, but they've really worked out some of the kinks with that, and you can adjust to it. I'm just so used to a wheel that I would strongly say play it with a wheel, play it with force feedback, all that good stuff. Thank you again for watching. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you think of this. Do you prefer the arcade to this, or would you take either one? Personally, I'll always prefer the arcade because the experience of the actual cabinet and the CRT screen and the original hardware is more exciting to me. But this is like, there's no compromise in my opinion to playing this version really, other than you don't have the big old cabinet. You could put it in a cabinet, I guess, which I might do in the future. But yeah, this is amazing. Great job, Taydog. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.